They set up the janitor as a joke on a blind date, until the CEO spoke and silence filled the room. In a world where people are judged by what they wear and where they work, a simple man became the target of a cruel joke. The employees of a famous company thought it would be funny to set up their janitor on a fake blind date with the most popular woman in the office. They laughed, whispered, and planned to record it for fun. But what started as a joke turned into a moment that no one in that restaurant would ever forget. When the janitor walked in humble and polite, the laughter began until a familiar voice from behind said something that froze everyone. It was the CEO. And within seconds, the entire room fell silent. What he revealed next changed everything and taught everyone a lesson they'd never forget. It was a Friday evening in one of the biggest corporate firms in the city. The atmosphere was filled with laughter, gossip, and weekend plans. Among the employees, a small group decided to play a prank, something they thought would be harmless fun. Their target? Tom, the janitor. Tom was an older man, quiet, kind-hearted, and always ready to help. He wore the same blue uniform every day and carried a mop with pride. But in the eyes of others, he was invisible, just another worker who didn't matter. Let's set him up on a blind date, one of the junior executives suggested, grinning. We'll tell him someone from the marketing department has a crush on him. Everyone burst into laughter. They picked Samantha, a beautiful, confident woman from the upper floors who was known for her elegance. Of course, she didn't know about the prank. The group forged a fake message, pretending it was from her, inviting Tom to a fancy restaurant downtown. They couldn't wait to see his reaction. When Tom received the message, his eyes lit up. He wasn't used to attention or kindness, so he thought maybe, just maybe, someone saw him differently. He spent hours polishing his shoes, ironing his shirt, and even saved part of his week's pay for dinner that night. The group sat in the restaurant corner, recording secretly with their phones, waiting for the fun to begin. When Tom walked in, smiling shyly and holding a small flower, the whispers began. He actually came. Someone giggled, but none of them were ready for what would happen next. Samantha walked in a few minutes later, confused. Why did you call me here? She asked one of the pranksters, who tried not to laugh. Oh, just wait, you'll see, he said. Then she saw Tom, standing there nervously, holding out the flower. Good evening, Miss Samantha, he said softly. I wasn't sure you'd come. Her confusion turned into shock. She realized instantly what was happening. The cameras, the smirks, the whispering. Someone had tricked both of them. Before she could speak, Tom continued, I just wanted to thank you. Nobody's ever invited me anywhere like this. His voice trembled slightly. You must be very kind. The laughter grew louder from the corner table. Samantha turned to them, furious. This isn't funny. But then a voice echoed from behind. Deep, calm, and powerful. What's going on here? Everyone froze. Standing at the entrance was Mr. Raymond Carter, the CEO himself. He had come in for a quiet dinner meeting but had seen the entire thing unfold. He walked straight toward the group, eyes cold. So this is how my employees treat others, he said. Silence filled the room. Then he turned to Tom, his expression softening. Mr. Tom, he said respectfully, you've been with this company for how many years now? 23, sir, Tom replied quietly. The CEO nodded. And how many times have I seen this floor as clean as when you're on duty? Tom hesitated. I just do my best, sir. Mr. Carter looked back at the stunned employees. Do you all realize this man has worked here longer than most of you have been alive? He started when this company had only 2 floors. He helped us move into the new building. He's part of this company's foundation. Every face turned pale. The CEO continued, if anyone here thinks they're better because of a suit or a title, think again. The CEO pulled out a chair and sat next to Tom. Tonight, dinner's on me, he said warmly. You and Samantha, please enjoy. And the rest of you, he turned to the pranksters, I'll see you in my office Monday morning. No one dared to speak. The phones that were recording quietly slid off the table. As the CEO walked away, Samantha apologized to Tom. I'm so sorry you were dragged into this, she said softly. Tom smiled faintly. It's okay. Sometimes people need to learn the hard way. I'm just glad someone saw me for who I really am. The rest of the restaurant had gone silent. The same people who once laughed were now ashamed. They realized respect isn't about job titles or expensive clothes, it's about character. When Monday came, the pranksters were assigned to a week of community service within the company, cleaning, helping, and learning humility. Tom was offered a new role, maintenance supervisor, with a pay raise and benefits. Samantha became one of his closest friends, often joining him for lunch breaks. And as for the CEO, he told the entire company during the next meeting, kindness and respect cost nothing. But their absence can cost everything. If this story moved you, share it with others. Let's remind the world that no job is small and no person deserves to be mocked for their work. Subscribe for more powerful stories that inspire kindness and respect.